And your brother, I want to touch on real quick. You come from a real funny family. Danny was a good friend for a while. We just fell out of touch, but I really love Danny.
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Is that because of family issues or just
just family shit? Yeah.
Hiya, Danny.
Yeah, he's just whatever.
And Kevin was doing warm up on Norm's sports show, which inexplicably canceled, so you can squeeze in more reruns of everything else on your net. Yeah. I need to see a cartoon. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know why I don't watch cartoons? Because I'm fucking 40.
Yeah.
I watched cartoons when I was a kid.
Right, but that's not Comedy Central's audience.
That's true.
You know, it's like.
But how did Norm? I'm asking you something like, how the fuck should you know? Sorry, I'm like, how did Norm's show not work? Go.
I don't think it just got big ratings. The other thing, I think Kevin told me that by Norm's admission, you call a show sports show, say goodbye to women. Say goodbye to women. There's just fucking women are not going to watch it.
Right.
Under any. So there's.
You have to hope the host transcends sports.
Yeah,
you have to hope it's like
the show,
Orlando Bloom's sports show where they're like, I'm tuning in. This
or just even
it's
a liability. It's a liability, like to just fucking have sports in the title. It's like, Tosh 1.0. You just go, I don't know what the demo is, but it's probably 60, but 40% women, if not more.
Huge woman demographic.
Yeah.
And Kevin did warm up on that show, right?
Yeah.
Kevin's a really great comic.
Yep.
I always liked watching him. But the thing with Kevin, the joke I played on Kevin that I stand by to this day, I was driving like across country. Now you got to understand the Brennan clan. It's like the Wild Whites of West Virginia. If it's a super oppressive, quiet, Villanova adjacent, brooding, seething. And every once in a while, Kerry Kittles pops out of the neighborhood.
You've been watching that's one for the Freddie Roach show?
Yeah, that's great.
His brother with the stroke is the most Irish shit I've ever seen. Yeah. I've ever seen on fucking television. When he's in the hospital, and he's like, "Hey, I do the same for you, Freddie." What? Hey, and it's just like, fuck this. They can't say they like it. It's the most Irish shit I've ever seen televised.
Yeah, one of them actually says, "I love you," and I think Freddie back goes, "Get your rest."
Yeah, exactly. It's just the fucking best. Just some Boston East Coast Irish shit.
I'm driving across the country. I stopped literally at like, I don't know, like a Wayne Manor in the middle of like northern California.
It was in Solvang, I believe.
Okay, that makes sense. So Solvang, I pull over at like a place that I know has nice bathrooms.
You'd heard that there were people that need to get their balls busted.
Yeah, I heard.
So you were like, wait, did someone need balls busted? Hey, fucking take in my taser. Just fall there.
Somebody put up the big erect cock symbol in the sky.
Yeah.
So I pull over to this like banquet hall to use the bathroom, and the Olympics are on.
Right.
And it's like this crazy volleyball tournament where somehow we're going to beat the Brazilians. Nothing I really give a shit about, but I remember people at the bar in this banquet hall really gave a shit about it.
Right.
And they turned their drunken buzz to fucking USA, let's do it.
Right.
So I'm staring at the television. It's going to be a huge upset. And I see Kevin Brennan in this banquet hall in Solvang, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere, California. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, of course, I immediately want to like run into his arms like Apollo Creed and Rocky on the beach. Yeah. But he starts coming to me. So I decide to continue to stare at the TV. He can't believe that I'm there either because he's coming from New York. He's 3,000 miles nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm 300. He taps me on the shoulder. I look him in the eye and I go, just give me a second. This is almost over. And I look back at the TV and like for years he goes, fucking in the middle of nowhere? You don't even say hi? And I'm like, that was the joke. Like,
right.
But when you burn so loudly and you're so grating and you're so relentlessly asshole, you lose that goodwill of, that was fucking funny because I came up to you in the middle of Soul
exactly.
Bang.
If you hadn't...
Like if Jimmy Kimmel did it to you, you would laugh because Jimmy's just a nice guy.
I think, did you do it to Kevin or did Kevin do it to you? You were eating a fucking chicken souvlaki gyro outside on the street in New York, like an open pita thing with meat in the middle. And I think it was you were biting it, and Kevin just shook it, and all the meat came flying out, like on the other end. It was fucking hilarious. And that's as a fucking that's how I think we're all supposed to act. So I go into offices, fucking acting like.
And you watch old Jerry Lewis stuff, and they like take scissors out and cut people's ties in half, and you go, "Wow, that's over the line."
No,
that's over the line. You don't cut a guy's
tie. Yeah, but it's not that far over the line.
Or like
they're always throwing the guy's tie.
And they're always throwing water in each other's face and shit, and putting like Dean ashing and George Gobel's drink on the Tonight Show. Like, so I thought I was just extending that.
Yeah, like you thought that's, and I took your
just
lead.
fall there, Pally.
Yeah, I took your lead.
You should just fall in the trash there.
Kevin is like
that still bothers Kevin.
I'm sure Kevin is mad about shit that happened between me and him caddying.
He's marrying
in 1988. The Kevin, the best story is Kevin does, like, I can also be very charming and engaging in showbiz meetings. Like, that's also part of it. And like, I figured out how to turn grading into just fucking crowd work in a general meeting, and you can fucking get places from me like that. You can get to a lot of places. You can go places. So
this is the Learning Annex, Showbiz 101 with
me and Kevin
Neal
were
Brennan.
pitching, this is 1999, pitching a show for Kevin. Okay?
Okay.
So Kevin's sitting in the room, just fucking in the pitch, moping, and I'm fucking turning on the charm and fucking
see his face.
Yeah, just moping. Yeah,
what?
just
I don't
moping
know.
Like, I don't want to
fucking ask Neal. I don't know.
And so I'm being charming. I'm being charming, engaging, selling, and we walk out of the meeting, and Kevin goes, "Good job, Sparkles."
Like, does Kevin realize in the meeting that he's sabotaging his own meeting?
He know, because Kevin will hold on to, it's that thing of you can't yell on your way up. Kevin, guys like Kevin, because it's a type, I think. Guys think that they'll take a guy like Letterman and go, Letterman's fucking difficult. He's on the show. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to bet, though, Letterman wasn't difficult till he started getting a 1.9 at fucking 12:30. Then he got more difficult, but on his way up, I bet he was just like, hey, great to be here. Fucking, he was Jay Leno, somewhat. Like, meeting the affiliates, all that shit, and then eventually you just get like, oh.
If I yell for Argentinian food, they'll actually bring it.
Yeah, exactly. If I bang, yes.
I wanted fucking fish and chips.
Yes.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, sorry, Dave. And then that's like, and then comics go, yeah, he's a fucking maverick. He doesn't take shit from anybody. He's fucking Holden Caulfield, and he's fucking out there in the world. And if I don't act like that, I'm a phony. Kevin thinks that, like, you're a phony if you don't dump your personality at people's feet. And it's like, dude, there are people, let's say we're all relatively in the same level of talent. I'd rather have somebody that's not negative next to me. I don't want negative energy. And I had this talk with Patrice as well. Like, I was doing a pilot, and I wanted Patrice to be in it. Me and Dove Davidoff and Patrice, and we wanted Patrice to be in it. And so I called Patrice, and I go, are you going to be a dick? And he's like, Neal, nigga, how the fuck are you going to call me, ask me if I can be a dick? Motherfucker, we haven't talked in 2 years, all this shit. And then we yell at each other. I wish I'd recorded it, because it was just two fucking guys that love arguing. 2 hours later, he goes, you know what? I can't promise you I'm not going to be a dick.